Hello, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to dive right into it because we are a few minutes late. I see that Vivian VTuber is here. That's a pleasant surprise. Hello, Viv. How are you doing today? Uh, let's go ahead and get into the game. So, if you weren't here last time, we have gotten very close to the end of Pokemon Sword. Last time we played, we defeated Chairman Rose. And so now I believe we're going to go up and get to our Eternatus fight. And then I can't remember if there's anything between that and fighting Leon, but we're gonna find out. But I'm all ready to kick Leon's ass whenever he wants to go. All right, Katie, I'm ready for anything. Are you? Of course. Expect any less from my rival. Come on. We've got to help Lee. Hi, Slag. How's it going? Right. Ooh, right. Our Pokemon are very, the fucked up right now. Let me fly back to a Pokemon Center real quick. Thank you. Yes, yes. Flying taxi, please come up to the very center of the darkest day so that I can get a ride out. Thank you. You cooked food. That is not nothing. That is more, hey, like, I took today off work and then worked the whole time because I was bad, and so I failed more than you today, so take comfort in that. Although I did also cook food. I made ground beef with liver and eggs. And it was awesome. You know, I put lots of spices in it. It was very spicy. I think it's funny that I had to go down in order to go up. Let us take a look at our team. Right. Look, the liver was hardly even, like, it was hardly livery at all, because it was all just chopped up and mixed into the ground beef. Okay. Testing. Well, the game's not making any audio, so I can lower its volume though. How is this? I increased my volume a little bit. Is that good? Okay. You came to help me in spite of... Oh, wait, this is Leon talking. You came to help me in spite of the danger. Thanks, Hop. And you, Katie, to have really grown tremendously. But no need for you kids to worry. It seems like some power of Eternatus was keeping my team from Dynamaxing, but we've had a champion time all the same. Charizard and the rest of my champion team members have really worn Eternatus down. Now, if I can simply catch it in a Pokeball, I should be able to get this madness under control. Then everything will be back to normal. So watch this, I'm going to be a real champion catch. So Leon tried to catch a legendary Pokemon in a regular-ass Pokeball. I've seen it said wait until you see its Gigantamax screen. Alright, let's see. We are up against a Poison Dragon. Start with really? Alright, I'll turn it down. There, I turned the game audio way down. Is that better? Testing. Oh! Shit. Okay, hold on. Why do I have the game audio duplicated here? Okay, that was probably it. There was, for some reason, I had audio capture, which is what I was looking at. Now it's too quiet? Okay. So the one I was turning down before was the one that was still there. Or the one that I normally have, but there's a duplicate here. There's audio input capture, and there's the live gamer mini capture, which I couldn't see because it was off the thing. I had to scroll down. Normally that one's muted. I don't know why that was playing full volume. Alright, Alright, so I've adjusted some volumes. I'm talking, the game is music is playing. How is it now? Testing. 1, 2, 3, audio. Game too quiet, game too loud. Cool. Perfect. Okay, I turned the game up just a tad. Just transforming into a giant dragon claw hand reaching out of the sky. A very, very angelic thing to do. Wow, it's huge. Let's take it on together, Katie. Oh. What? I can't use any moves. I forgot, we found the sword and shield in the slumbering well. It's not the time. Can't use items either. Turn this is storing its energy. Gabe, use that sword. It might be old and rusted, but there's gotta be some use to it. I've got it. I don't know if I would say the last couple of generations. I like Solgaleo and Lunala in Alola, and I like Koraidon. I don't like Miraidon, but I like Koraidon in at least his battle form. The bike form is kind of whatever. Zacian and Zamazenta, though. I mean, at least Zacian being he's a cool wolf with a sword in his mouth. That has potential, but I don't necessarily like the execution. Great, I get the boosted max. I get the sun boosted max flare, of course. I should have used Ice Shard. Apparently, I'm just here to eat hits so that Zacian and Zamazenta can do their part, though. Send in Pearl. Icicle Spear. Oh, Zacian's just faster than us. I have no idea. If I came in with one Pokemon, I could be wiped out, I guess. I don't know what happens then. But I'm not doing most of the damage. Most of the damage is Zacian and Zamazenta, so I have no idea. Come on, Pearl. You can kill the giant dragon god hand. Steal the glory. Yeah. All right, time for us to catch him. What would be the funniest ball to catch Eternatus in? A love ball? A moon ball? A dream ball? A friend ball? Yes, let's use a friend ball. Let's make friends with the angry evil god. We shall defeat you with the power of friendship, and we shall do something with you. Probably put you in a box if you're not a nice guy. Mom? 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 Yay! You caught an angry god in a friend ball. 7 Dragon Balls. Spread out across the sky. And doggies jumped away. The end. No, it's not the end. I mean, they could have done that. Like if it breaks out, then it flies away somewhere into a cave, and you have to have the more typical legendary catching experience. But apparently not. 3 days later. So Chairman Rose turned himself in then. Never thought I'd live to see the day. He awoke Eternatus and nearly caused a catastrophe for the entire region. You reap what you sow, I say. I don't know about you, but I slept like the dead. 3 days? Everyone's still talking about what happened. At least things are back to normal now. We really did defeat Eternatus together with Zamazenta and Zacian. And still Lee, well, he's being Lee. Insisted on having a championship match with you today. It's a bit much, isn't it? You sure you're up for it? Not even too sure about him. He was out cold and hurt pretty badly, himself during all that mess. I do understand how he feels, though. Feels like I've been waiting forever to get to see you and him face off in a serious match. So come on. Match will be at Winden Stadium. Where else? Alright. Looks like it's time for us to give Leon a thrashing. Yes, we shall defeat him first try. Most definitely. Final match. Yay. We are unstoppable. This cannot go any other way. Ooh, a Pokeball. I got an air balloon. Oh. That's actually a potentially useful item for the final battle. Let me look. Yeah, spoilers, I got Leon's team over here on my other monitor. We're gonna look at it together in a minute. Now, only one of his Pokemon even has a ground-type move. Are we healed? Yes, we've been healed. Okay. I know that's a bug, though, Slag, about the in Gen 1, the Master Ball having a 1 in 256 chance of failing. But I also kind of feel like I would have done that as a feature, like it would be intentional. But I know that bug was only is in Gen 1 and not later, and is not there in newer games, but I don't know. Alright. The championship match. I'm ready to go. Alright. So this is it. The final battle. We're going to take a quick little look here over at his team in the internet's room, which is capturing the wrong, which is not capturing the correct window. Please capture this window. There we go. And, alright. So this is Leon's team. Leon is going to lead with this Aegislash. Which is a fucking Aegislash. It's just going to be rough. It's going to be rough. It is indeed. It's got fighting type Sacred Sword, steel type Flash Cannon. It can hit us pretty hard. It's just gonna be a pain. I think my plan here is to use silver and try and just go for a hydro pump, or maybe I think my plan might be to go for bring silver and Gigantamax and go for max water moves. Dracopult, not worried about them. Their dragon type will hit them with some super effective ice. Same with Haxorus. These two, not a problem. Seismitoad, water ground type. Whomever we lead with, when we get to the Seismitoad, whenever they go down, we switch in Grover, we hit it with a wood hammer. End of problem. Water ground times 4 weak to grass. Grover's got the Seismitoad. No problem. Now, because we chose Grookey to begin with, we did this so that Leon would have 2 fire types on his final team. Cinderace and Charizard. My plan for them is Pearl, because Pearl has Rock Blast, which is a rock type move. Rock is super effective against fire, and also super effective against flying. Pearl is holding a Choice Scarf, which doubles their speed, but locks them into a single move. The plan is for them to lock themselves into Rock Blast and win. Now, the problem is this. Solar, his Gigantamax Charizard has a grass type move. So if we fail to outspeed, it will probably kill Pearl. In which case we're going to have to try and revenge kill with like Sally or Yokai or Miss Piggy. Which is a little iffy. But that is the plan. Move that back over there. Let's go back to the game room. Alright. So like I said, we're gonna lead with silver. Although Miss Piggy's a valid choice too. We could go with some earthquakes against Aegislash. But we're gonna start this way. I have faith as well. He does have a bit of a level lead on us. We're in like the mid-50s. His Pokemon are low to mid-60s. So it's going to be a little tricky. But I have faith in our strategy. My matches are always sold out, but this, I've never seen a crowd this wild. Everyone knows what you did for us this week, KB. They know you're the one who caught Eternatus and saved the future of the Galar region. A real hero who battled alongside legendary Pokemon, Zacian and Zamazenta. I couldn't have dreamed of a better challenger to help increase my winning streak. Now that I've seen just what kind of strength you possess as the greatest of challengers, crushing you into the dirt will show everyone just how strong their champion truly is. Come on, KB. Let's make this the final match that will go down in Galar's history. No, a match that'll change Galar forever. We're gonna have an absolutely champion time. by Champion Leon. Yeah, without Aegislash. One of the duties of the champion is to get the crowd fired up. Alright. We're going with our plan. Aegislash is the part of his team I'm most afraid of. I'm gonna try and blast through it. The ultimate power. He's gonna King Shield our first hit. This is actually probably for the best. This one will set up the rain for us. We still get quarter damage through the shield. And now the rain's set up, so we're going to hit him even harder. His stance changing. He's making an attack. Into blade form. Sacred Sword. It's going to be super effective. But we're Dynamax, so we live it. Alright, let's see what a rain-boosted Max Geyser will do to a shieldless Aegislash. It'll kill it! As expected. Alright, that went perfect. Beautiful. Just what I wanted. And we're back over half HP with the leftovers. Dracopult comes in. I'm going to switch to Max Hailstorm. He's going to Thunderbolt. Doesn't kill. Paralysis. Unfortunate. We still get off our Hailstorm. A super effective hit. I'd expect anything less from your team. Alright, Hail's up. And that is the last turn of our Dynamax. Silver levels up, that's appropriate. Little leftovers recovery. Oh, he's going to Seismitoad. Not Haxorus. Okay. I don't think we're going to get an action. We'll try, I think we're just going to go down here. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to switch into Grover. Grover, this is your moment. Woodhammer. Ooh, toxic. Okay. It's fine. Grover, you only needed one turn. I don't mind you putting Grover on a timer. Uh-oh. That's not part of the plan. Just pulled out Cinderace before Haxorus. Okay. There's definitely a fire move incoming. Alright, Grover, you've done your job. If you get a chance. He used acrobatics. I could have swapped. Oh well. Pearl, you have 2 jobs today. This is your first one. Rock Blast. Cinderace is fast. Damn, we missed! Curse that 90% accuracy. It's because Pearl, I use Pearl for exactly 2 moves. Icicle Spear and Rock Blast. They could literally have any other moves in those other 2 slots, and it would be the same, for me. I did not expect the Cinderace to be full restore using motherfucker. I did not expect the Cinderace to be faster than Pearl with a Choice Scarf, though. But then we are down, like, 10 levels. So. There is that. And Cinderace is fast. He's only down, like, 8 levels. Alright, here comes the Pyro Ball. Okay, Pearl is down. Our entire plan has fallen apart. Miss Piggy, come on out there with the Assault Vest. Hit him with the Earthquake. Yeah, the Cinderace is just too fast. Yeah, I think it can outspeed and one-shot our whole team other than Pearl. It's just too fast. Alright. I really did think that we were gonna beat him first try. But we did have that Rock Blast miss, and Pearl was not faster. So we need to level Pearl up a little bit more. Pearl needs to be faster than them with their Choice Scarf. Yeah, their base speed isn't actually that good. So we need to get them closer in level. Let's take a look in our bag. And see what we've got in terms of items. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save the game. And then I'm gonna use all of the EXP candies and rare candies that we have right now on Pearl. That we've just collected through the playthrough. And I'm gonna use all the ones we got. Alright, that puts Pearl at level 61. Which isn't great, but it's better. And we're gonna try again with just those changes. With just that change. If that doesn't work, then we'll reload before we use the rare candies, and we'll level up sort of the rest. We'll level up everyone, sort of broadly. That's the plan. My strategy was fine. I was just a little. I was just under leveled. I was working at like a, you know, almost 10 level discrepancy. That's hard to. It was just faster and one-shotting my whole team. Nothing I can do about that. But I think just leveling up Pearl a little bit will make the difference. All right, Leon. Let's try this again. I'm gonna be dumb. I was sure that he was just like hard programmed to begin every match with the with King's Shield. Yeah, okay, we're gonna reload that. That didn't happen, I didn't do that. I just guessed he was gonna start with King's Shield again. I was like, maybe if I do it this way, then I'll get an extra turn of Dynamax on Lapras instead of wasting it. Max attacking into his King's Shield. Oh. Did it autosave? After I did the... Shit! I never turned autosave off. What an idiot. Well, okay. I guess those rare candies are spent. Alright. Alright, this time we're not gonna try and outthink the AI. We're just gonna go for what worked the first time. Well said, Slag. I shouldn't try and outthink things that are dumber than me. And sends out Aegislash. One of the duties of the champion is to get the crowd fired up. Isn't AI cheating? Is it looking at what moves I'm using and reacting accordingly? Or is it just random? Ow. Sacred Sword hits. Sacred Sword sure hurts. Alright. Let's wash that Aegislash away. It's our second turn of Dynamax. Probably. I saw it that time. Oh, that's not the bot I was thinking of. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be waiting for there to be a certain number of messages. I think it's on like a timer, but it won't. I think it's on a timer, but it won't display if there haven't been like 5 messages or something like that, so it doesn't spam up the chat. Or like a certain number of messages. So it's probably like, oh, it's time. Yeah. Got the Max Hailstorm. Gotta live the Thunderbolt. Not paralyzed this time. I'm not sure if that's gonna make any difference, but it's nice to have. Alright. Gonna go down. Hail set up. Back to normal. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. We don't have speed debuff this time. But Lapras isn't exactly fast. But it's Seismitoad, so I have no idea. I do know that Seismitoad has water absorbed, so even though Hydro Pump would do more damage than Ice Beam will actually do damage. Nah, he's faster. Drain Punch, we go down. Yep. Lapras isn't exactly known for being speedy. Anything with super effective other than Rover? Rover's just gonna be the one. Bonk. I don't want sheer cold. Alright. I'm gonna make a switch and save Grover in case I want to set up Hail again. But I need someone to be the sacrifice play. Sally, I think you gotta be the sacrifice here. Oh, he had a Pyro Ball miss. That's very lucky. Alright. Not that it matters, because he's still faster than Weavile. Jeez, he's fast. Send it in Pearl. Pearl's gonna go for Rock Blast. Ah, he's still faster than us. He goes for Acrobatics for some reason. Ah, dang, so close. Like, one more level would have been enough to one-shot the Cinderace. Alright, he's gonna use his full restore on Cinderace. That's fine with me. As long as we do not get a Rock Blast miss. Once more. He's hitting with the Pyro Ball. Miss! Okay. That's lucky. One Pyro Ball I don't think would have taken us out, because it would have been neutral, but still. Still, that's a lot of hit points we didn't lose. Alright, Haxorus is coming out. Pearl is locked into the wrong move, however. So we're gonna switch back to Grover. It's gonna set up Hail for us. Don't expect Grover to get a turn to act here, but if they do, they'll do Blizzard. Pretty sure they're just gonna get taken out. Outrage. Yep. Okay. Haxorus is now locked into Outrage. It's a shame we don't have an Ice Fairy type. We're switching Yokai for Ice Beam. We're faster. We don't get the kill. Hold on with some 5 hit points. Very nice. Okay. Okay, why do I have you holding leftovers? You have no... That was a tight margin. Yeah. Consider, they are, like 6 levels higher than us. You know? If we'd been on equal level, it wouldn't have been as tight. Yokai leveled up. Not finished having a champion time here. And I won't let anyone else finish. Alright. Here comes G-Max Charizard. I'll show you what Charizard can really do. It's Gigantamax time. Haha! We're faster! Yes! Leave them with a little Thunder Wave as a parting gift. Max Roth. Good night, Yokai. Kick at the Sandstorm. Alright, be that way. This Piggy, go for Rock Tomb. Drop their speed, but it's fine. Oh, max overgrowth. Piggy goes down. Takes sandstorm damage from his own sandstorm. Alright! It all comes down to this. Pearl versus Charizard, as I always knew this would end. I believe Rock Blast will KO. But Rock Blast has a 90% accuracy. And I do not think will live a max overgrowth. So, it's a roll of the dice, I think. Well, we did not roll a 1. And he goes down. Suck it, Leon! Burrow leveled up. You defeated Champion Leon. My time as champion is over, but what a champion time it's been. Thank you for the greatest battle I've ever had. Congratulations, KB. You've beat even the unbeatable champion, making you the new champion of the region. You've become a first-rate trainer, all right. I offer you my heartfelt congratulations. And now that you've grown so strong, perhaps it's time I start looking ahead myself. It's time we adults started working on improving the here and now, for the sake of all that's to come. And you, KB, what you ought to do now is believe in yourself and your partner Pokemon in order to create the bright future we all hope to see. People of Galar, here you have it, a new legend born right before your eyes. Your champion, KB. Bet you can't wait to see what kind of future the kid with this kind of strength might bring about. I sure can't. Let's watch and see what she can do. Yay! Win! And now the credits go. Ooh. Well, that was good. That went, pretty much exactly how I expected. I did not expect, the fight with Rose to be the most difficult fight in the, campaign. But, to be honest, I also forgot about, about any details about it. I guess simply because, you know, he was very easy when I was, you know, played through the first time with a balanced team. So I didn't expect the hard counter to an ice step. Fight with Leon was good. I'm glad I didn't have to, like, go and over-level at any point during this challenge. I was always able to come up with some sort of strategy to win without having to over-level. We did get a little lucky there with Cinderace had a couple of Pyro Ball misses in that time in the attempt that we won. But I don't think that mattered. Yeah, that was also true. That was a very lucky Lapras spawn. I think that if it's snowing there, the Lapras isn't super rare, but it does have to be snowing there, and so like, and you have to be able to bike. So I used date manipulation to make sure that the whole map was snowing during the first day that we played. Because the first day of every month has like a different weather condition that overtakes the entire map. So the first day of December, you just set your map, you just set your clock to the first day of December, the whole map is snowing. So I did that the first day so that we had all of the ice types that were available in the wild area available right away. We could just catch what we wanted, build our team. But you need the bike power in order to get Lapras. So I wasn't planning on ever catching one. Because I know there's a few places where you can catch one fishing with like a 1% chance. And then otherwise it needs to be snowing in that one area. Or I guess there's probably a couple of ponds that they can spawn in if it's snowing. But yeah, I had basically ruled it out as being not fun to have to try and find. But I always kind of had it like, it'd be a good addition to the team. But also, like, its typing is the same as Cloyster's. So I was like, you know, do I want another water ice type? Like, what do I need Lapras for that they can't do? Well, for water type attacks. Because Cloyster doesn't have like a water type attack, really. Nothing like Hydro Pump, at least. Or, I mean, they might, but their special attack is much lower than their well, not much lower, but it is lower. But I mean, yeah, I guess Cloyster can learn water-type attacks that could have been used. But yeah, like the whole Cloyster's whole thing is I have Skill Link, I use multi-hit moves, I use Icicle, Spear, and Rock Blast, and I hit 5 times every time. That's a lot of Wooloos. The end. Oh. Or is it? All right. So with that, we have reached the end of the challenge. This is I'm going to have Pearl equip their champion badge, so they're now the champion Pearl. Yeah, that's the end of the challenge. But there is a few things I want to do left in Pokemon Sword. First, I want to go and catch Zacian, because I don't actually have a Zacian. Because I played through the game originally in Pokemon Sword, or sorry, Shield, Pokemon Shield, so I have a Zamazenta, and I did a trade back with my friend Bryce in order to get Zacian in my Pokedex, and get Zamazenta in his Pokedex, in order to complete the Pokedex, get my Shiny Charm in Shield, but I don't have a Zamazenta, or Zacian, I mean. So I would like to go catch Zacian. Congratulations, champion. Here's a little something for you as a celebration. A Master Ball. The best Pokeball? Yes. Professor Magnolia, why you didn't have to come all this way? After everything Katie has achieved, it's really the least I could do. The wishing stars that make Dynamax impossible are part of Eternatus. When Eternatus was awakened, the Dynamax energy flooded the entire region. Because of that, Dynamax Pokemon were popping up all over, causing trouble across all of Galar. Wow, that would have been really cool to have, like, seen and experienced and, like, done something about. Game Freak, it's like you had a cooler idea than you had time to do. But Katie and her friends came to our rescue. The Dynamax phenomenon has long been an important part of Galarian culture. I hope everyone will use the power of Dynamaxing correctly in the days to come. So young Katie, please do what you believe is best. I'm gonna keep Eternatus in my PC box forever and keep using X-Types. Poor Professor Magnolia. Seems she's quite bothered by the chairman's actions since she helped carry out so much of the researching and the Dynamaxing for him. I feel that way about a lot of the Pokemon settings and games and worlds. Like, there's interesting things that we'll never find out about, you know? Alright. I have no idea, I do not remember what I need to do specifically to get, my box legendary. I think I just gotta return to the place we got the sword and shield. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we'll see. Dodge Galarian Weezy. Misty Seed. Go back to war 100 years ago from XY, give your poor beleaguered trainer PTSD. Yeah, that's the idea. Go fight in the, in the mysterious Kanto Wars. Mysterious war that struck Kanto, where the electric Pokemon saved Lieutenant Surge. I don't know about that. I don't know if I believe in that one. That's a lie, I do. But I don't know if it's intended. The bridge. Let's save the game. I don't know if it's gonna like make a cutscene and take us right into battle. Oh, Hop's here. What are you doing here, Hop? Katie, what are you doing here in the woods? I came to capture the sword Pokemon and become the most powerful trainer in the world. I've been thinking, you know, maybe the reason Zacian and Zamazenta chose a place like this to sleep was because no one ever comes here. It's so quiet all the time. Oh, but I hadn't had the chance to tell you. Congrats on your victory, KB. Honestly, KB, I never thought you'd manage to beat my brother. Greatest champion Galar ever had. He was undefeatable until you came around. It's actually pretty hard to believe. Really, you're amazing, KB. So amazing, maybe. And I don't even realize just how amazing you really are. Maybe do you think you'd be up for one more battle? Why? Because I want to feel for myself the strength that defeated my brother, the greatest champion I've ever had. Come on, Katie. Ready when you are. Just say the word. Okay. No, meant to put them in the lead. Okay, looks like we got a battle hop first. Challenge by Pokemon Trainer Hop. Super effective Brick Break. Die to a double kick. Or don't die. Impressive. Okay. Level's gonna go down. Right? Come on, King's Rock. Give me that flinch. No flinch. What do you mean by that? There is a random element. Every attack has a damage. There is a random element to the damage. There's a spread that any move can do. I mean, it's, you know, predictable in the way that, you know, any RNG is, technically, but, you know what I mean. Blizzard's not doing very much. Let's try Woodhammer. For the night. That's spooky. Pearl. Pearl, the Galar champion. Ice Sphere. Corviknight's down. What else you got? That is not correct. I forget the exact math on it, but there is a small percentage that a attack will vary. So you'll see a lot of things like you'll see builds that'll be like 98% chance for a 2-hit KO. That's not factoring in critical hits and things. That is just accounting for the damage spread. Or you might see people like, you think you can live a move because it did like 49% of your health, right? It's like, okay, it looks like it'll be a 3-hit KO, but then it's a 2-hit KO because it's a damage spread. They get low, they roll low, then they roll high. That might be how it was in the oldest gens. I don't know. But I don't think it was. I think it's always had a little bit of a random element to the damage. Switch out. Apparently in modern games, the attack can do anywhere between 0.85 and 1 times the damage it's supposed to. All other factors the same. Yeah. That sounds correct. A lot of failing going on here. They keep trying to sucker punch me. I keep trying to swing and missing. There we go. Let's see how much resisted Hydro Pump's gonna do. Nothing if I miss. In older games, they used an integer between 217 and 255 divided by 255, which I'm presuming is the closest approximation of 0.85 you can do using a whole byte. I'm gonna try and put them back to sleep again. I'm gonna switch into someone else who can damage him more effectively. Once we put him to sleep. Hmm. Alright, put this already down. Send in yokai. Yokai's gonna drop Hex while Inteleon is asleep. Should get boosted. And doesn't quite KO. Inteleon will face up. Use a snipe shot. Yokai hangs on. Yokai, the king of hanging on with less than 5 hit points. Oh, no sucker punch. Okay. Thank you for not sucker punching there, man. Maybe you're out of power points for it. You tried it quite a few times since Lapras. Oh, don't be mad. Didn't expect there to be such a gap between you and me, mate. Hey, I beat the unbeatable champion. Get over yourself. So there's really no way I could ever beat you. I mean, you even beat my unbeatable brother. If it's the two of you again. I was wondering what all the noise was about. Like this is Sonia. KB, congratulations on beating Leon. Thank you. Taking it all in stride like it's your due, huh? You cheeky thing. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be off assisting the professor? Pop, I'm actually not working as my grand's assistant any longer. In fact, I'm the professor now. You are? And really, I've got the two of you to thank for that. I was just along for the ride and your adventure, but I ended up taking a real interest in the history of the Galar region. I came to care for Pokemon even more than I ever had before. And here, it's a book I wrote. I even signed it. That makes it a collector's item. You got a copy of Sonia's book. Professor Sonia's published writings. Her new discoveries about the Galar region's legends are recorded in this enjoyable read. I've already got my own copy. Lined up to buy it on the day it came out. Oh, thanks, Hop. You're so sweet. I'll sign your copy for you later. Anyway, I've got my grand's blessing to put out my first book under my own name. I think you can expect great things from the lovely Professor Sonia in the future, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I expect so. Sonia and Gaby, you both amaze me. I've got a lot to live up to here. So what are you young'uns doing here? Oh, right. Oh. Maybe he was just teasing her. I mean, that's what I get. Like, oh yeah, don't know. I know. I got your book already. I waited in line. Oh, that's it, isn't it? You were putting the rusty sword and the rusted shield back in their place? Can't just keep holding on to them forever, right? Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were just about to do that. You forgot entirely, didn't you? What, you think you two are the besties now with Zacian and Zamazenta or something? I came here to capture Zacian and put him in a tiny ball, and then put him in a box, and then put that box, and then transfer that box to my Pokemon home, so he can sit there forever in my living Pokedex. Let's put the sword and shield back and say with proper thanks for all the help. Maybe if we'll do, we'll get to see Zacian and Zamazenta someday. I'd hope we get to see them again right away. Oh no. Oh shit. Sonny, can you heal my Pokemon up? Dang it. Heal. Energy roots. Oh, looks like I need a little bit more. More. Energy powder. Energy powder. There we go. Yeah, that's like kind of how I feel. It's like there's nothing. Well, no. I know that I know who we're about to meet, and I think, and I don't remember. I know who we're about to meet. I don't know if I don't remember if there's a Pokemon battle at this time or not, but there might be. Replace the rest of Zation, Zamazenta. Thanks loads for helping us out. Took us a little while, but we've brought back your precious relics and all. And I pretend the rusted sword and shield. Alright, that about settles that. Katie, why don't you and I head back? What are you gonna do, Sonia? I think I'll stay here a little bit longer. I want to do a little more research here in the forest. My power spot detector's going off. Well, I heard someone making some noise over this way. Well, you wouldn't be the Professor Sonia who wrote the book Galar, a History. Hello, you bought my book? Why, yes, of course. Read it cover to cover. Why, yes, of course, I even wrote an internet review for it. That awful book was filled with lies, so we gave it 1 star. What? There are no lies printed in that book. That's just plain rude. I am Sawad. And I'm Shieldbrook. We are the new kings of Galar. We're descendants from the first kings. More than that, we're celebrities. New kings? Descendants? Seriously, what are you going on about? What exactly are you two supposed to be? Well. Could these things here have been the fabled sword and shield? Well, they certainly are dirty. They must be fake. I fear to touch them with my bare hands. Swordbird took the rusty sword. Shieldbird took the rusty shield. Hey, don't go nicking those. We just returned them. Oh, do shut up. We only happened to pick up some things that were dropped on the ground. If you've got a problem with it, how about you prove to whom they belong, There's no way we can prove who those ancient things belong to. Those losers have a lot of gall with hair like that. That they do. That they do. And calling themselves kings. You know what we do to kings around here? Chop, chop. Even if we can't prove it, they're really important to Station and Zamazenta. Oh goodness, such a plebeian, and yet so pushy. If it's really so important to you, perhaps we should settle this with a battle. We're celebrities who buy battles for twice what they're worth. The heck does that even mean? As Sonya said, what does that even... I, the magnificent sword, am your opponent. You are challenged by a swordward. This is why I healed up. For Ice Punch. This is a bad matchup though, he's a fighting type. Meteor Assault. Okay, that was cool. Not cool that Sally was on the receiving end. Still cool. Earthquake. Mmm. Oh. That was like a Giga Impact. Okay. It's, or Hyper Beam. I didn't realize it's a recharge move. Lucky. Head. Ow. What else you got? What else you got, dickhead? Come on. Shit. My worst nightmare, the Lissipod. Sucker punch. Okay. Okay, we're gonna send in Pearl. I'm gonna Rock Blast. And that's gonna trigger the emergency exit. Very nice. Send him the Sharp. This guy's got too much steel in his team. I don't like it. Down. I just got the Galissapod to deal with. Enough faffing about. Suppose it's time to get serious. Galissapod comes back out. I bet it's gonna Sucker Punch. No, it's my first impression. Alright, well. No matter what I do. Send back in Pearl. The Galahad champion. And we'll Rock Blast. Bonk. Bonk. 2. 2 is the number of the bonker. And... Ow. Yeah, I had a lot of steel types. That was rough. Oh, how could this be? My Pokemon. My to someone have defeated the adorable Pokemon I go strolling with. You're certainly strong. However, it appears that my younger brother was victorious. Sorry, KB, I lost to him. Something on your mind, boy. You weren't concentrating at all during our battle. Older brother, isn't that the one who stopped Eternatus? Oh, now that I look closely, I believe it is. What a rude child snatching up our chance at glory like that. According to our sources, I believe she was also present during the destruction of the magnificent mural our ancestors so artfully created many years ago. What a garish brute, destroying the mural our family has held in such high esteem for so long. Mural? You mean the one that hid the historical ruins of Zacian and the others? And hold on a moment. Katie wasn't the one who destroyed it. Let us withdraw for now. Next time, we shall bring Pokemon that will utterly defeat you. That's right. And with that, farewell. Wait, stop! Give back the rusted shield. Hold on, Hop. That kid. He's gone and recklessly run off with his Pokemon all KO'd. He's your calm, Katie. I expected as much. I'm surprised that Hop lost to someone like that. He looked upset about something during the battle. Maybe that had something to do with it. His own rival became the new champion, and his goal vanished before his eyes. Can't help but wonder how he feels about all of it. Anyway, Swordwood and Shieldwood, was it? I think I might know something about where those two weirdos went. Let's go over the lab in Wedgehurst. Of course. But I didn't even need to ask. Thanks. Okay, we'll meet up later then. I'll head back to the lab. Right. Mom, our Pokemon are all hurt. Mom, can we take a nap here? Mom, make me a sandwich. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Love you. Yes, the Master Ball is awesome, and I will definitely save it for like a wild shiny or something. Alright, now that Mom has kissed all of our boo-boos and made them better, we're gonna fly to Wedgehurst. And go visit, a professor, I guess. Can I not, like, just fly right to the lab? Oh, no. The lab is not the professor's house. That's right. There's a different buildings. I always think they're the same building, but they're not. I think. That is the train station. This is the Pokemon lab. Professor Sonia, you have a visitor. Katie, glad you're here. You got an assistant? She's cute. Spot on. I've been busy with research, so I decided to bring on some extra help. I've been keeping all the wishing stars that Chairman Rose has been gathering here in the lab. Things have been a little hectic around here, but my assistant has been handling things in a proper fashion. She's really been helping me keep things afloat. I haven't really been doing all that much. Yo, Katie, the champion, right? I'm really glad to get to meet you. It's an honor, truly. Come here for a moment, would you? There's something I want you to have a look at. You remember the power spot detector, right? It detects where Dynamaxing is possible. Basically, when there's a high concentration of Galar particles, the readings spike. And that's how I figured it out. The power spot detector reacted when those two got close. What does that mean? Basically, follow the readings from the power spot detector, and you might be able to find those sword and shield weirdos. Oh? Swordwood and Shieldwood might claim to be royalty with their weird, fancy names, but it's easier to just call them weirdos, don't you think? Let's get back on topic, though. I placed power spot detectors all around Galar, and now is the time to shine. Power spot detectors access! I think it was part of a larger thing judging all the labs in the Pokemon games. Whoa, whoa, there's a way bigger reaction than I would have thought. Looks like it's coming from the Turf Field Stadium. You can always Dynamax Pokemon at the stadium, so that's not exactly unusual. But these readings are way higher than normal. Can't be a Eternatus, you've already caught it. Maybe it's something related to those Sword and Shield weirdos? You should go check it out, KB, since you're our snazzy new champion and all. I've set up your town map to show where strong particle reactions are coming from, so have a look at it. Alright. I mean, it is a pretty nice lab. I see we've got, like, books upon books upon books, so we've got this little staircase up here for more books and books and books, and we've got this, like, greenhouse kind of thing for observing, plants? I guess? And I don't know, we've got a table with some things. Certainly looks like a very good library. Oh, and there's a kitchen. Very nice. Can we steal a cookie? Back to it. Right. Now I guess we have to go to Turf Field. Yes, sir. Take me there. Yeah, we're all good. Alright, let's check out the stadium. Hey, gym leader guys. You're... Hello there, champion. So you came. What's going on here? How carefree can you be? You're the new champion, way bigger than a Dynamax Pokemon right now. I was actually in the middle of an exhibition match with peers, and this Dynamax Pokemon came charging in. The audience and the staff already took shelter. I got everyone who was seated on the north side of the stadium evacuated. You must have heard, right? More Dynamax Pokemon are running amok. Much obliged, Hop. Expect nothing less from a gym challenger. I knew we could count on you. I lost in the semifinals, though. Ah, Katie. I chased those red and blue guys and saw them head into Turf Field Stadium. Then I heard the uproar and there was no way I could leave it alone. I had to help out. So, sorry. I lost sight of them all in the rush. The suspicious characters you saw are concerning. But for now, I think we should get this Dynamax Pokemon to settle down first. I'll be glad to help against such a tough-looking opponent, Champion KB. Of course. Alright then, let's head to the pitch. I'll lend a hand too. I don't blame the Pokemon, of course, but I'm still just a bit miffed they upstaged me. You come too, bro, the old champ. I don't know how much you can really help. If I come along, I might just end up slowing the rest of you down. I don't really know the guy, but I don't think Leon'd be all lost about this. No, he does actually get lost a lot. You coming? Okay. Pierce might look scary, but he's great at looking after others. He's a big brother, after all. Alright, we should get going too. Alright! Gym Leader Co-op Raid Battle! Woo! Let's go! It's the big Zarina. overgrowth. Hop, you deserve that for sending out a water attack against what you should have known was a giant grass Pokemon. Especially when you have a goddamn Corviknight. Fun spell. Dragon Dance. Nice. I'll use the revive. Phew. Looks like things have finally calmed down a bit. It's Dynamax stuff. No matter how many times I see it, I still don't like it. I can see your disliking of Dynamax and still hasn't changed, Pierce. But there's definitely something off about that Dynamax transformation. There wasn't any trainer anywhere. The Pokemon seemed like it couldn't even control the power itself. Right. Normally, a Pokemon needs to respond to a Dynamax band in order to Dynamax, but it seems that there was some discord in the harmony between trainer and Pokemon. Feeling unusual, Katie. I did. So you know something was off, too. No trainer to be found. This really is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. And I'll make sure Turffield Gym takes good care of this Pokemon for the time being. You've all really helped me out there. Thanks for that. Oh, and Katie. If you should ever need my help, feel free to call me anytime. Hey, I got his rare league card. Well, looks like that Dynamax nonsense has calmed down. Well, the champion as expected. Ah, it's you two. I knew you'd be here. Give the rusted shield back. Well, I never. It's not like something that belongs to you, either. Even if it were yours, we wouldn't give it back. So with those two, get over here so I can battle you. Who are you guys? Spectators and staff should have evacuated. The normal rules simply don't apply to us. And yes, that's what it means to be celebrities. Who is this ruffian to question us? You're just someone with strange taste in hairstyles. His entire style is a complete black and white nonsense, isn't it, older brother? You think I'd put any faith in the words from rude punks little like you? But it seems our experiment was a success, younger brother. Quite. Next time, let us try to Dynamax an even stronger Pokemon. Yes. At last, we shall reveal the true nature of Zacian and Zamazenta. What was that? You, despicable champion, we're going to keep letting Dynamax Pokemon run wild. If you want to stop us, do your best to chase after our splendid-looking bottoms. More like celebrity bottoms. And with that, farewell. So you were the ones who caused all this. Stop! Calm down, Hop. You don't gotta act so hard. They're getting away. Yeah, and they could be leading us into a trap. It's a bad idea to run in unprepared. But still... Fine, you're right, I get it. Good. Let's all calm down for a sec. Thanks to them running their mouths, we know their goal is to force Pokemon to Dynamax. And that they plan to continue doing it. We have to stop them. Yeah. This is no time to be hung up on getting the rusted shield. Katie, Pierce, we've got to stop those two. to our next destination. Oh. Ha! There you are, KB. Things are a right proper mess. Just when I thought the Galar particle counter on Turffield had calmed down, I started getting huge Galar particle readings from Oldbury Stadium and Motorstoke Stadium. What exactly happened? Explain exactly what happened. What? A Dynamax Pokemon went on a rampage? Huh? Those Sword and Shield weirdos did it? Oh, Sonia. Hop and Pierce? Pierce, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be back in Spikemuth? I'm an ex-gym leader. I can be wherever the hell I want. It's not that weird. More importantly, you said there were Dynamax Pokemon in other stadiums? Yes, I'm getting the same readings in other towns as I was from Turffield Stadium. I'm worried about Marnie. But Spikemuth Gym should be okay, right? I'm only seeing readings from Oldbury Stadium and Motorstoke Stadium. Ah, I see. If Pokemon are being forced to Dynamax and running wild, there's no way I could simply sit by and watch. What do you say, KB? Let's head to those stadiums. That's the spirit, champion. Leave those Sword and Shield weirdos to me. I can poke around the net for sightings of them. Leave the research into this, Sonia, was it? We should get to the other stadiums and help out. Alrighty then, let's head to Oldbury next. Let's see. So who do we want to bring? So we had to fight Grass type in the Grass type gym. So this is the Water type gym. So we're probably gonna have to fight a Water type. So we're gonna put, bring Rover, and Dynamax, and do some Dynamax, Grass type attacks. That's my plan, at least. So I imagine we're gonna do the same thing 2 more times. Don't get too close, you lot. Things are pretty dangerous here. We know the situation. Are the staff and spectators alright? Yes, they took shelter just a short while ago. You know, the more I look at you three, the more I see how odd a little group you are. Leave us alone. We came here to help you out, and I'm grateful for it. That Dynamax Pokemon's power is so intense, I'm sure it'd give me trouble. I'd feel a lot more confident about it if you all joined the battle. Let's do it. I've made a mistake. Because it's a Gyarados. It's water flying. Also, it's our attack stats low. Shame. Still gonna Dynamax. I guess we can still use Max Overgrowth and get some grassy terrain passive recovery for our side. Gyarados won't benefit because he's flying type. Max Geyser. Changes to rain, which does power up our own water attacks, but we shouldn't be using Hop. 140, 140. I switch to max hailstorm. Dreadnought. Once more. Does everyone help? No one was hurt. We were able to turn the tide on the situation. I'll keep that Pokemon at Olbury Stadium until it can fully recover. Maybe if you ever need my help, just let me know. I suppose I'll see you later then. Thank you so much for your help. Truly. Alright. Next one is in Motostoke, which is the Fire Gym, so obviously we want to bring Lapras and hit with some max rain or rain shit. Max rain. Geyser, that's it. The water one. Champion KB, and Piers and Hop, too. Mr. Cabo, I'm glad you remember me. Of course I do. You two were red hot after all. I'll never forget seeing you off after you completed your first leg of the gym challenge. Don't think we've really got time for friendly chin wagging. Right. Actually, the situation's getting pretty bad over at the stadium. Yeah, that's why we're here. Ah, brilliant. The opponent's a bit much to take on single-handedly, so I was wondering what to do. With all of you by my side, my confidence in this battle is burning brighter by the minute. Let's begin. Max Geyser. Let's change this weather. Rain will weaken that max flare. But it'll also change it back to sun. Weaken our max geysers. But we're doing alright. That's not a kill. Easy. Looks like we were able to extinguish things this time. I'll let this Pokemon rest here at Motostoke Stadium until it gets its energy back. KB, you should have need of my help. Please don't hesitate to ask. Don't worry, I know. You'll have more work that needs to be done, yeah? Go forward, youths. I wish you well. KB, is that your Rotom phone ringing? KB, we've got trouble. Those two weirdos have shown up at the Pokemon Lab. What, Sonia, you alright? They keep rudely demanding I hand over wishing stars. I'm all right for now, but get over here quick, okay? These guys are right creepy. What are those two doing going after wishing stars? We gotta help Sonia and get back the Rusted Shield. Let's hurry to the Pokemon Lab. He really doesn't think anything through. Sure does make him seem a proper fool. I guess the word would be... reckless. We're heading to the Pokemon Lab next, right? Let's stick by you till we see this through. Alright, let's fly on over there. Back to the Pokemon Lab. The raid battle, so we're probably at full health, right? Yeah. Do we have to fight Shieldbert now? We all know the wishing stars that Chairman Rose had gathered are here. We celebrities have an enhanced level of insight into such things. You non-celebrities are not suited to having such valuable things. Hand them over to us. Wishing stars and being a celebrity have nothing to do with each other. I don't know how you knew about this, but there's no way we're giving them to you. That's right, you could never understand how important these wishing stars are. You have no need for them. Goodness, whatever shall we do, younger brother? It would certainly seem we have been inconvenienced, older brother. Son and the professor are the ones who've been inconvenienced here. Huh? Force a Pokemon to Dynamax against their will? We've gone way out of bounds here. And I haven't forgotten about getting back the Rusted Shield either. Well, I certainly thought the champion would come, but I didn't think a loser would follow. Must I have you once again taste the flavor of a humiliating defeat. Don't let those goons put you down. That's right. You lost the battle. You don't lose that rockin' spirit. Right. I probably could. We'll fight them together. We have the sword, after all. First things first, let's get these weirdos out of here. Weirdos? Oh, how they wound me, older brother. To be called so terrible a thing as weirdos by these ruffians. Indeed, to address royals such as ourselves in such a manner will not be forgiven. This time, I've brought a much stronger Pokemon to thoroughly trounce you with. I'm concerned. Double battle. Let's go! So we've got a Bronzong and a Golisopod. Ew, Golisopod. Oh, fucking just fuck me up. I know it. Let's Hydro Pump into the Bronzong. Ha! It hit double instead of me. Yay! Nice hit double. Hydro Pump! Big damage. Okay damage. Oh no, they got a light screen. That's annoying. Not under half health, so Hydro Pump is still doing more damage than Brian would be. Go for it anyway because of the accuracy. Sucker Punch. Ow. Okay, police spots and get on out. Emergency exit. Blade will come out. Brian at Bronzong. Extra sensory. Double goes down. Alright. Double wasn't the best Pokemon on his team for this anyway. Maybe I can use it for double kicks, I don't know. Alright, Inteleon's not bad. Not a bad call. I'm gonna brine the Bronzong. Ow. Okay. Crit. Bronzong goes down. Good shooting hop. Hydro Pump. Doesn't miss. Love it when it doesn't miss. Crit. Nah, that crit definitely mattered. That wouldn't. I didn't expect that to one shot, so I'm gonna say that was definitely the crit. Phalanx. Fighting type, okay. Bisharp. Steel Dark. These are both very ugly matchups for me. I'm gonna Hydro Pump into the Bisharp. Inteleon got clobbered. Bisharp has Stone Edge. That's scary. Light screen wore off. Good. Earthquake and be super effective. Okay. But that'll hit my ally. Send in Sally. Go for a super effective dig on... No, a quad super effective Brick Break on the Shark. Not quite a one-hit KO. Okay, at least the Phalanx is down. Night Slash. Hops out of Inteleon. What else does Hop have? Now he sends out Corviknight. Okay. Clink Clang. gotta take out this Bisharp. Sharp goes down. I know we've only lost one Pokemon, but I feel much more on edge. I feel like I'm on the back foot, even though we're really winning. It's just that these guys are all like steel type guys, and that's really scary for our team. This Klinklang could just sweep through us. And they just have Golisopod, who's just strong. Let us dig under the Klinklang. A little bit. Ow! We died. Also, it's like she keeps using shift gear. Its stats are getting scary. Scary face? Oh, good call. Good call, good call. Alright, so I'm gonna send in Miss Piggy now. Because Hop has Corviknight out, so they are immune to Earthquake, so I can do some super effective spread damage. Not bad. Stop doing that. Stop. Your attack doesn't need to go any higher. Yes, yes. Keep their speed right where it was. Thank you. Oh, shit. I really didn't expect it to one-shot us. Oh, man. Alright, hold on. I need to make sure that that Klinklang goes down. Miss Piggy has a speed of 128. The Yokai's Grover's a lot slower. Yeah. These guys are all over level 60. Most of our team is under it, so that is certainly a factor. I'll go for Hex on the Klinklang. Ow. Klinklang is down. And Hop's gonna save the day with a Brave Bird. Nice! Corviknight for the win. Oh, quite a vexing predicament indeed, older brother. Surely this must be some kind of mistake. What do you say, younger brother? I did it! We won! We really won! The exquisite Pokemon we trained actually lost. You only won because you two teamed up. Still, we offer you ruffians our praise. Oi, two of you teamed up too. Give back the rusted shield and stop forcing Pokemon to go all crazy. Sorry, this is a bad time. My apologies for the intrusion. Those men are dangerous, be careful. Well done. Your infiltration mission was a resounding success, it seems. Have you gathered the wishing stars? Yes, thanks to Master Swordwood and Shieldwood buying me so much time. What? Stop! Give back those wishing stars! Oh dear, it seems you've been completely had. Wow, why this moment's so sweet. I don't think I'll need any sugar in my tea later. Our battle with you was just a little trick. We'd won before you'd grabbed a single Pokeball. And with that, farewell. Stop! Why? Professor Sonia, I'm sorry. Was everything? Was it all a lie right from the start? There was no helping it. It was necessary for the plan. Our plan to put Gala under the control of the royal lineage once again. Crazy monarchists. You okay, Sonia? Sonia's not okay. Seems we did a lot to have some backup all their big talk. We did have. So those two weren't working alone. One of their followers even betrayed Sonia. That's real rough. She's gonna need some cheering from her friends, her real friends. Apparently that's not me. Wait! Don't just leave without saying anything. I tried to talk to you. You just said dot 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 dot. But you were upset. I didn't want to say anything to make it worse. I was trying to be considerate, but of course I'd be down on myself. It was my fault I got tricked by a Nickit in Wooloo's clothing. That's not it. But that's it. No more feeling sorry for myself. They admit that lot made off like bandits with all the witching stars. It would be awful if they were used for some evil purpose, but there's no time to be feeling down. You've got some guts. You've certainly grown strong in the face of adversity, Derry. Right? Dynamaxing draws out the true strength from the trust between a Pokemon and their trainer. But that group is likely pouring the Galar particles emitted by the wishing stars into Pokemon, forcing them to Dynamax. How to explain the theft? As expected of the champion, your intuition is quite sharp, Katie. The theft of the wishing stars was just the start. Things could get a lot worse from here on. But why? What reason could they have for forcing Pokemon to Dynamax? Those weirdos said they wanted to reveal the true natures of Zacian and Zamazenta. I'm curious about what my former assistant said about a royal lineage. Did she mean it literally? Ah, Katie, look at your town map. I'm detecting huge reactions at 4 stadiums now. They certainly get around, don't they? If there's trouble at the stadiums, then Marnie's could be in real bad way. Spikemuth seems to be okay. There's no power spot stadium there. Righto. Katie, this is no time to be lying about. If Pokemon are in trouble, why are we still here? Let's get right out there and lend a hand. I'm sorry to leave it to you all, but you'll have to take care of the Dynamax Pokemon. I'll search those Sword and Shield weirdos in the meantime. Alright, well, we have our next task. But that is where I'm going to call the stream for today. Because I'm tired, and we have been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. So we're going to go and call it there for today. Thank you, Slag, for keeping company and hanging out while I stream. If you haven't seen it yet, I got a poll over on Twitter for what game I'm going to play next. So if anyone's watching this in the future, that poll will be up for about 5 days. So if you're watching this on YouTube in the next couple of days, you may still be able to head over to Twitter and vote in the poll. The plan... this is probably the last stream for Pokemon Sword. I might do the rest of the post-game next Tuesday. I'm undecided. But definitely the next stream will be on next Monday, which is the next D&D stream. So tune in for that. And yeah. That's basically all I have to say for today. So have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you next time.